Right, so I've got a nice little AutoHotKey script for you today. The purpose of this script is to wiggle my mouse when I'm away from my desk. Just allows me to step away from my desk for more than a minute or so without my Teams thinking that I'm away from my desk. Keeps me online essentially. So I will now jump into the script and show you how it works. Right, so here is the source for the script. First thing I do is I set up my variables. I set up my away time. This is essentially how long I can be away from my PC before it starts wiggling my mouse. The wiggle sleep time, that's the amount of time between the cursor moves. I've set that to 1 second, so it wiggles the mouse every 1 second from one position to another. And then we set an AtMyDesk variable, which is set to 1 initially, but will be updated from within the script. So we've got all our variables set up. Now let's actually run the code. So the first thing we do is while 1 equals 1. That is essentially a infinite loop, which will keep the script running forever. And then within that while infinite loop, we have a if statement, which is if I'm at my desk, do this. Otherwise, do this. So if I'm at my desk, we want to check the mouse position every 60 seconds to see if it's moved or not. So the way we do that is we create another while loop. So while the variable CheckForAway is set to 1, we're going to get the mouse position. We're going to put that into a variable called previous mouse position. We're going to sleep for 60 seconds, and then we're going to get the mouse position again. Now if the mouse position has moved in those 60 seconds, if the mouse position has not moved in those 60 seconds, we can assume that I'm away from my desk because the mouse is static. Otherwise, we know that I'm at my desk because the mouse is moving. If I'm at my desk, the while loop runs again. If I'm away from my desk, that's where the mouse position has not moved. We set the variable CheckForAway to 0, which breaks us out of this while loop, and then it sets a variable AtMyDesk to 0. And of course, in the infinite while loop, the first thing we check is am I at my desk? So now that it's been set to 0, we run the else part of that if statement. This is the bit that actually wiggles the mouse when I'm away from my desk. So first thing we do, we set the x coordinate of the initial mouse position. We then move the mouse to that x coordinate and y coordinate, so this is the mouse moved to 100, 100. Then we sleep for 1 second, which is the wiggle time we defined earlier in the variables. And then we set a variable continue wiggle to 1, and we set a while loop that will run continuously while continue to wiggle is set to 1. And within this loop we'll set it to 0 when we believe we're back at the computer. So the first thing to do is we mouse move to position again, so that's mouse move to 100, 100. Then we sleep for wiggle sleep time, which was set to 1 second, and then we get the mouse position. Now at this point, if the mouse position is 100 or if it's 200, it just switches the mouse position to 200 or 100. That basically means that the mouse has not been moved by a human, so we believe that I'm still away from my desk. And then if the mouse position isn't 100 or 200, then we can then assume that the mouse has been moved manually, and we can set the continue to wiggle variable to 0, which will then break us out of this loop, and then set the variable AtMyDesk back to 1, which then basically brings us back into this if statement. So that will keep running while I'm at my desk. It will not do anything, it will just check the mouse position every minute. If the mouse position is the same for 1 minute, then it starts to wiggle the mouse. So that is it. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll put the code for this AutoHotKey script in the description below if you want to use it. Very happy for you to do so. If you want to amend it or make it better, please let me know. Put it back in the comments and I'll take a look at it. Well, thanks for watching. If this video helped you, don't forget to give it a like. And if you like the sound of my face, then don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.